Welcome to the DROME episode 2, and it smells like Team Spirit. Yeah, it's a whole lot of music. It's a hip-hop alternative rock mashup. We're here to talk tons of Joes. It's been so long. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. 500 views and plus. Let's get it to 1K. Let's get there, but we're back again. Anthony Romo, KJ, what up, what up?
What up, what up?
What's going on?
A lot's going on. So as you can see, we're missing somebody. We just want to wish well to Chris Johnson, Kit Bash Creations. We miss you, my man. He's under the weather right now, so we hope you feel better soon. He's the man.
Get well soon, Fixer.
Yeah, take care of yourself, buddy. Get back. We'll miss you already.
Oh, yeah. We need you on episode 3, so we'll have to come back faster than we thought. All right, another shout out. Big Joe news today. Actually, unsuspected news after all the madness of yesterday. Collecting the Art of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, gets Omnibus. 500 to 700 pages. This thing is wild. I've been wanting this book for 2 years. KJ, you backed it, right?
I will back it because money is a thing that I need and will have more of next payday. So we will get that. Collects all the different volumes, right? There are about 6 volumes previous. Like couldn't get my hands on them. By the time I really started getting into the Joe lore and everything else, it's like, man, it would be nice. And here it is. I think it just launched a couple of days ago, right?
No, 2 hours ago, I think.
Whoa,
I think it was 2 hours ago, and it's already reached its final stretch goal, 57K and counting.
All right,
yeah, so you really quick too.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's been up for a couple of days, I'm only knowing about it now. I'm starting to get the links everywhere. I think it just got blasted this morning, but
yeah.
Either
if you
way,
want to show support, you can just put in $1, but I think it's $100 to get that sucker.
Yeah, so it's $100 and then $20 shipping because it's a big weighty book. Like I said, they initially said 480 pages, but there's some foldouts that make it 640. So it's a 12 and a half by 13. And it covers everything you ever wanted to know about G.I. Joe from 1982 to 1994. What better year to come out with this, right? The 40th anniversary.
It's including the card art too and all that.
And it's at scale. So rather than pay $5,000 for some hit and run figure, you can have the card. This beautiful paper. Nice. The slipcase is the final stretch goal, and we're getting it in, it's going to be a nylon laminated slipcase. So very cool. Shout out to R. Carson, Metaxas. And I've been watching reviews of all these books from Michael Mercy since like 2017. He does a great, you can kind of jump in on Michael Mercy's YouTube and he takes you through the visual novel of just kind of going through it. And I guess this one's going to include remastered content and even include a Blu-ray disc with creator stories. So
okay, nice.
Definitely getting your money's worth. If you want to pledge 150 plus, you'll get certain shout outs and perks that other people won't be in. And I just got smashed in the head by
You all right?
Joe.
I watched it happen. Dude,
careful with that.
Put a nail on that or something.
This is live, baby. Shit happens.
I survived.
Fuck it, we're going live. We're going
live. I survived.
Nice head catch with that shit.
That's taking a bump. AEW Rampage. Learn your lesson. All right, I think we should move on to the next segment.
Yeah.
All right, I might need to not back any more things. I might have some hospital bills.
Before Cobra strikes again, man. It's just gonna be me and Tony by the time. Hey, man, episode 3, man. Travis, I hope you get well soon, man.
That was a dreadnought thing, baby. That was a
dreadnought. Hold on. We gotta redo this T-shirt. I survived.
Yeah.
Welcome to the DROME episode 2.
Exactly. This is the world's most dangerous podcast.
Oh, what a wild start, right? And here I am.
I'm gonna buy that and hang that in my room, and I'm gonna be waiting on it, just looking at it, just because
I survived. All right, guys, let's talk about actual toys and things that aren't gonna kill me yet.
Well,
What's that?
No, I know what you're about to say, but I'm just saying, this is like the universe balancing itself out because you had so many awesome things happen to you that something needed to compensate. But
I mean, that was awesome. I'm a big fan of GCW and ECW, so I'm okay to take a hit from Mick Foley and Terry Funk every now and then. That was great. Getting ready for Bola next week. All right,
Oh,
guys,
man.
enough wrestling talk. Let's wrestle with some G.I. Joes.
Let's.
Dorkside Wave 8, we have our showcase. Now, this case, we've been waiting to do this episode so we could show these off. A few lucky people have them. Shout out K-Wish. He said, we should order a case from Dorkside. I'm like, why? Here we go. The only people to ship them out so far, Dorkside Toys. I don't think you'll get them in July, right? We'll probably get them a lot sooner from the other websites. What do you think, March? February?
I don't know. I've got mine ordered from Dorkside and I ain't got them yet. So
Yeah, like with my luck, it'll probably be July. It'll probably be October.
oh, knock on wood.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. I know I'm ruffling some feathers here. Okay, look, let's show it off, right? Storm Shadow versus the Storm Shadow that we had. Tony, show us what we had.
There goes
Okay.
articulated icons.
And you were joking about something.
Oh no, about the triceps.
About his triceps.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at those guns.
Yeah, it looks like Hasbro seeing this guy and said, okay, we're gonna put him in the gym and let him work on his tries. He's been doing some dips.
You have the yoga version. I got the LA Fitness version.
Yeah, exactly. I got the yoga. Oh man.
That one was meditating a little too much. So here's the deal, right? So you got the wrist wraps, and shout out to Rick Lopez because he said if you spin the guard, see, a lot of people don't like all this armor that all these Joes had, but if you spin it around, you can actually just see the guard. So if you're taking like photos and stuff, comes in really cool. And yeah, it's a 101 with some minor additions, and it's a perfect 10 out of 10 Storm Shadow. I mean, people aren't thrilled with the hood, but I'm okay with it. You know, I think it's fine. I actually had it on wrong, KJ, the other day.
Yeah, so I had like
I called him out on it.
The 8 Mile look.
8 Mile. It didn't look bad, actually.
There, he's trying to flex. He's trying to flex for you now.
Yeah.
Now with the articulated icons, you had to combine a white ninja. I think it was like yokai or something like that, right? With something else.
Yeah, I had to get the white ninja. Then you have to get the arms pack.
The arm pack.
The barrel arms comes with black wristbands and the white wraps. And man, this is my Storm Shadow for a long time. And I got his backpack on Etsy. I think Mark II Design did his backpack.
Also
and
very similar, yeah.
And Marauder, I replaced the swords with Marauder Gunrunner blades.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
They look really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
See if I can get a close up.
So the Hasbro team, they did a really smart job of just harkening back to that vintage look. I was a fan of the concept art they had with the tatted up sleeves.
Same here.
Sort of it was more of a techie look, right? I think
Lenny
said that.
Kinda,
yeah, they wanted classified series to sit 20 years into the future. But I'm glad that people got their classic Storm Shadow. I'm definitely going to get 2 of those, and I'm going to work on making one closer to the concept art, especially if I can have a classic one when it arrives November 28th of this year. So,
speaking of ruffling the feathers.
I see what you did there.
Woo!
And this is why it smells like Team Spirit, man. Come on. We're all on Team Spirit. This guy,
look at that.
If he's not number 1 action figure of the year, right? Who is? I mean, come on.
I did not realize that Freedom's wings were that wide. That is beautiful.
So, tip, right? Be very careful with these things. And be careful with a sniper rifle as well. But yeah, so we got, see what's happening here?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like
so there's some stretch marks there on his wing. So yeah, it's almost to the point where if I play with this a little too much, it could snap off. The ball joint gets too caught in. And I even used a little heat and it didn't do much. Actually kind of made it worse.
Oh, wow.
So be very careful with these articulated wings. Of course, he comes with just the fold downs, but very cool though. Look at this.
Was it not giving you much give when you were trying to articulate the wings or what?
So this one is on the left is fine, but then the right, I'm so scared there's just not enough give. Maybe a little oil.
It's not good.
Maybe a little oil in the beginning, but
yeah, a little oil.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm at the point where I don't even want to move it. It's kind of like this one's perfectly gonna be okay, fully articulated, but yeah, one of these is at the point where if I feel like it's gonna go down, it could snap. And I already had a picture smash me over the head. I don't need to break any wings. So
when you're using oil, you can use either a toothpick or if you have like a needle nose eyedropper bottle that you can get, something like that.
Look at that.
There's actual oil you can use for those joints, and I just got it off Amazon.
Okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like this blade. You know what? We're going to talk about it, right? We love our Gridiron, our Marauders, Gunrunners, and even Mark II design and all these people. But
I was ahead of the schedule with that one. Let's see how that
was. Nice.
Look at that. You nailed
Shout
it.
out to the Marvel Legends Shaman. I think you even used the cloth with that too as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to use mine for Airborne instead. We'll talk more about Airborne later.
Yes, sir.
This is a pretty good sniper rifle.
Yeah, it is. It's like
Hasbro's
a nice hunting.
Getting more realistic with their arms, man. So
Tony, where'd you get your a Spirit rifle from? Because that's a pretty good replica of the original.
Oh yeah, man, the Spirit rifle. Oh my God.
Is that Muchas Gracias or?
I think it is.
Okay.
If it's not, I got someone who got it. I got it through someone who printed.
Your audio.
Hold on, you're a little muffled.
Oh, yeah, from Muchas Gracias.
Yeah.
You hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
perfect.
Muchas Gracias.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he had the rifle with the darts in it.
Yeah.
And then the backpack to go with it.
Very nice. Very nice.
And so when I get the new one, you can play around with it. You can put them on the new one. You can do whatever you want to keep it OG. You know what I'm saying? So
you want to have like a retro Spirit. I think Travis, they updated the Spirit Unclassified, the backpack on that one, right? For Freedom and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's like he has a perch on that, which is pretty dope.
It's sick, yeah. So you could perch him on the forearm guard and also on the backpack as well. So it's pretty great. Cool sidearms, 2 knives. Very cool sniper rifle. So yeah, this is about as perfect of a 6-inch imagining as you can.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's just
that's there you
wonderful.
go.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that Freedom that came with him. It's I was gonna take Red Wing that came with Falcon from Toy Biz. I was gonna do him and paint him up like an eagle, but I don't have to now.
Yeah. I was using a lot of Safari Limited animals for that on Amazon. Yeah.
All right,
Michaels have a bunch of animals too. Yeah.
You
Cobra officer.
Lucky SOB.
He looks sexy, dude.
So great.
He's
Some people are not feeling this one.
Are you kidding me?
As much, but look, I love how toned down he is.
I love like the whole rankings, like the arm cuffs. I love the double V arm cuff. I love the
weapon storage.
Look at that.
You can take his weapon light off that and put it in his pouch, and the mags. They were watching us.
Yeah, so actually the rifle, this isn't supposed to go there. The main AK is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the main AK is.
You can even see the Cobra logo on the holster. It's like I'm gonna need like 4 of those.
That's clean.
I'm just gonna get an even 6 because I know I'm gonna like customize one of those. You can make the Stinger driver out of that.
Yeah.
You can make a Python patrol officer out of that.
So what's crazy is I thought I broke this piece. I found it on the floor. It's like, oh man, I'm breaking toys already. It's actually not. It's
the weapon
just
light.
An adjustable little extra, rifle piece or whatever that you can.
That's the flashlight. That's actually a weapon light.
There you go. You nailed it. But yeah, it adjusts. But yeah, see, there you go.
It goes in that pouch.
It goes in. So even if you're gonna give it, what would you give the officer if are you okay with just that regular rifle AK, or are you gonna give him some other gridiron or whatever?
I might give him a gridiron AK. I might. Oh man, that's actually nice on its own.
It's not a bad one, right? I mean,
yeah, you just
gotta
got
give
options.
credit to Hasbro for not.
I give them credit, for that. They're like, no, see, no more nerfs.
Different colors now. The brown pump handle.
The furniture.
I was just gonna say, like, I would have taken the gridiron AK and painted it up myself. But that one's just fine.
It's not
nice.
bad.
Yeah.
We hate saying that. We want to give Mark our money, but
I'm still gonna get an RPK because I wanted to give RPKs to the officers. So like that Cobra officer, maybe some other officers.
Not a fan of this gun though. Not a fan. It's a little.
I like it.
It's okay. It's a little space. It's a little caught between the Operation Blackout and.
Well, you got to put a magazine in there and it'll look different, right?
Yeah, because that's gonna look closer to like a sub AK.
It'll look like a more realistic.
See what we can.
Yeah, but like shout out to Gridiron, shout out to Arsenal Pew Pews as well.
Yeah,
like they have some really good stuff there. I like giving my
That's
Cobra infantry, my troopers, just different weapons, just really increasing the variety of those.
Yeah, make them like a LERP team or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I'm just cool with how, you know, I'm not gonna go too crazy. I think I might just have one more of these because that way they really stand out like specialists.
Cool. You get any extras, send them my way.
Yeah, exactly. I got to get something out of my skull buster.
But that's the way.
Yeah,
that's the wave 8, guys. I mean, is there anything you would do differently about these? Like any improvements, any different kind of loadouts? I mean, to me, they're almost perfect.
For me, I agree. Yeah. Just with the spirit. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like I said, I put the OG rifle, the OG pack, just for pics sometimes, and you know, just for pictures. And it's cool that that's out there. You can keep them the way it is. You can go back to the OG look. You know, just like what I'm going to do with that Outback that comes out. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. I would say that I would from here on out, I'm probably going to order by the caseload because because at first I was like, yeah, I just need one of each. I don't need to order the case. I had no idea they were going to come lightning fast. Travis, you got yours before the dude at Dorkside.
I know, that sucks.
I even commented, I said, you should have just kept mine.
On his
work
take.
at Dorkside, dude. Like,
well, no, but shout out to him for fulfilling those orders. Like that's really great business. And I would say that I would always, especially just keeping an eye on different customs, I could have done something else with that second Storm Shadow. I could have done something else with that spirit, a Slaughter's Marauders spirit, you know, like all sorts of different crazy stuff. There's always different things you can do. Or just, if you have an extras, hook up the homies. Be like, hey man, I got an extra Cobra officer, you know, like, so I think I'm going to order by that case from here on out because I am seething with jealous rage right now.
So am I.
But you got to be a part of this showcase. We're all family here, right?
I got to order those two, Storm Shadow and Spirit, from Amazon and Dorkside, and it's a race to see who gets them out first. It'll probably be Dorkside. That's what my money's on. So
I think the problem is now everyone's going to do this. So it's like, I think everyone was like, originally, I like Entertainment Earth, I like GameStop, I like BBTS. Now everyone's just going to order from everywhere. They're going to order cases. So it's going to still be a clusterfuck because there's going to be, you know, limited quantities now because everyone's going to follow suit and pre-order from everywhere, where before is like, I like this store. Now everyone's just like, fuck it, I'm going to pre-order from 7 stores, make my Excel spreadsheet and pray for the best.
And you still hear people in the groups crying that they don't have them yet. Just relax. They're coming, you know.
They're coming. What's something that's not coming anytime soon? FanFirstFriday digital render reveals. You watch the show A Toy Kind of Mood, episode 60. KJ and I, for a half hour, kind of broke down everything that happened yesterday, but we didn't hear from Tony. So Romo, let us know what you think about what we saw yesterday from Classified.
I was like, like I said, I was at work, a 24-hour shift, and on a break, I caught some of it. Emily and Lenny going at it. I like those two are cool, man. They're really cool. And shout out to them. But I got what I wanted. I got the OG Gung Ho coming out. You know, I mean, you have one realistic kind of with the Classified, and then you have this one. They were trying to hit us with the OG look, and that one's really cool. Oh, what else? The Stalker. I was waiting and waiting for a Stalker, and the picture they gave was really dark, but I think Vince Collier or something, one of those guys that
we'll have it on the screen. Nice.
Yeah, he lightened it up, and it really did a service to it. And I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Shamag? Is it Shamag?
Shaman scarf. Yeah, I didn't mention that yesterday.
The Middle Eastern scarf. Yeah, that's cool as hell. You can take it off. Probably it's probably removable, and you can put it on someone else. Orders more of them, but yeah, the camo looks really nice. You can give him. They didn't show any weapons except what he had on his thighs. So with any of them really. So you can. Man, I started going crazy, and Tomax and Zaymot, they're looking nice. They can tell us that they look like Tom Cruise at all. I don't care. They look
Tom
really
Cruise
cool.
is awesome. He's a badass.
He's a badass. I like him. Shit.
He does his own stunts, jumping off out of planes on.
And he's getting up there in age too.
You want to make some Ethan Hunt customs, you can use these, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So, well, okay. The twins, gung ho for me. Twins, gung ho, and stalker for me are must-haves.
Yeah.
The Baroness, I'm lucky I got one with the Cobra coil, so I'm like, well, that one's without the gold accents, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, and I think her lips percolate a little more. They're a little more like the face is a little more. It kind of nails you, but otherwise, it's almost the same.
It's almost the same. And then with Destro, he looks sweet. I mean, okay, he's got the black eyebrows. It's whatever. He looks cool. Am I
You're gonna pay $25 for eyebrows?
Right.
That's how much it takes to get them done at the mall. But...
maybe more too. Ask these females what they got to do.
Yeah.
So, anyways, who else was there that came out? Those guys.
Well, we got the most important thing for us, the Viper 3-pack.
Oh my goodness, that's right. The gold one, the gold faceplate.
Viper's Pit. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's like the commander. Are the other two the same as the rest of the Vipers we have?
I think so. There may have been
right?
some different paint apps. They look exactly the same. They had the same accessories. I thought they were going to do what they did with the infantry, which is like hold back on the accessories, but they had the scarf, they had the goggles.
Yeah, they had all the same accessories. We can load up on Arsenal of Pew Pew stuff, Great Iron stuff, and make them rock. Give that red one. Oh man, he looked awesome. Yeah. So all those I just mentioned, those are probably like must-haves, and it'd be sweet to get them all.
There is an old painless Viper loadout, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So
there is.
I didn't buy that yet because I'm like, my Vipers look great. Now,
same here.
Now I'm gonna get one, and I think the Viper colors a little darker blue and a little more charcoal on the black. I think that's the difference. But those are digital renders, so it could still end
They're
up
all digital renders. Yeah.
So still could end up 1-to-1, but I think they're gonna go a little more gray, which is great for Gridiron because they have nice gray rifles and everything. So
Tony, what did you think about the gung ho, man?
Is it teal? The teal one or the Oh, I liked them. I saw some jokes online and all that. Hey, I had him a lot when I was little. You know, so gung ho was sweet. The first thing I think about doing is, you know, I don't know. Acetone is a bad word with KJ, so, but I think I'm pretty much a master at using it very gently. But that stuff you told me.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now because I'm trying to remember what it was.
Get that too, and take it. That tattoo is dope.
It doesn't look that much, and you can have the vest covering most of it.
So shout out to Flashpoint Customs. He's recommending Winsor & Newton brush restorer.
Right. I'm gonna look into getting into that and taking it off and just bad mother tattooing the EGA up on him.
Can't wait to see it, but I don't know if I'll touch it. I think the vest covers most of it, and behind the vest it looks like an AMG. I don't know.
Yeah, my mind won't let me do that. I've got to give him. I've got to give him the.
That's why we have shows like this. Because if we didn't care, there's no reason.
I've got to give them that, and I think all the military guys would appreciate that.
Absolutely. But there were recent classified leaks that they didn't talk about. There's a pipeline, but we're going to be waiting a lot longer, I think, for some of these other waves than we thought. But the biggest one, though, for us personally, because of our friend Mark Van Cannon, his wonderful sons at Gridiron, they just released a desert loadout for Dusty. So we're getting a Dusty sometime this year, probably in the summertime, or at least, in the fall. But what do you guys talk about that desert loadout? It's mind blowing.
Go for it, KJ.
Okay, so we got the camo net, we got the Desert 10 weapons. I love the helmet. I was thinking already, like we had a Hasbro Pulse had a back in stock the other day. So I grabbed the beachhead. I hollered at a friend of mine, like, dude, let me get another beachhead, right? Because I was gonna do one Tiger Force and then Night Force with the black mask. But I was like, no, let's go ahead, let's take those sleeves, because you need a long sleeve, Joe, if you're gonna do Dusty, right? So that Stalker buck is gonna be that base figure for Stalker with it's a different set of sleeves than beachhead. So that actually would be perfect for Dusty or just other Joes that you have. But for right now, I'm thinking about taking that other beachhead, just painting it Desert 10, adding that loadout, That's going to be my Dusty. Mark had said like, yeah, just take any figure, put it in the sand, man. And you got Dusty. I'm like, okay, yeah, yuck.
Like, oh,
very,
okay,
very
Mark.
nice. Very nice, Mark. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to take that other beachhead. I'm going to turn that one into Dusty. Romo, you got any plans?
Yeah, I copped it as soon as I saw it, and I'm like, okay, well, he's doing this, you know, he's gonna make more stuff, so it's not too hard for me now with this stuff coming out with Valaverse and classifieds to find something that is a little more Dusty-ish. All I look at is the old school, you know, the 3 3/4 inch Dusty, and see what I can do with him, and you know, we'll get into more of the airborne we're talking about, because of the arms and stuff. The Valaverse are so interchangeable. You can just see, okay, long sleeves for Dusty, these kind of cargos. Okay, I'm already used to painting the whole damn thing. So, and I'm just trying to get better with camo. And then Mark drops this. I'm like, oh yeah, baby. So, and then he got the Taver out instead of the FAMAS, the FAMAS gun talk. You know, I'm like, hey, that's cool too.
That works for me. Yeah,
it's a bullpup. It looks cool. People are chatting about it in the groups. And, oh, okay, you're a gun guy too. Well, so am I. And that, you know, that's your opinion. That's my opinion. And it's really cool. It's really cool to get a big old dialogue about all that stuff. But yeah, that thing is really neat. Just like that, the Jungle Ambush that just came out. You know, that was really nice too.
So we have two already. We have the Footloose set and we have the Dusty set. I'm really excited to see what else is coming up. Even with the like I said, the upcoming Stalker, because that whole body is camoed out, you can swap the arms on that for some short sleeve arms, right? Get a face, paint it green, maybe add some black stripes. You see, Romo knows. Romo does know. He knows what I'm talking about, right?
Hashtag Romo knows. I'm glad you guys brought up Stalker though, because I think Stalker's I think Stalker's going to be one of those figures that you're going to buy more than one, because it's a green, you know,
it's the green shirt guy.
It's the green shirt guys that we want. You have your Stalker, and you can pack them up, gridiron to separate them from the others, and then go green shirt, go 2, 3. It's kind of an army builder Stalker in a way, because of how chill he is. You know, he's not so you know, out there. And the scarf, you can give it a Lady J, give it a Scarlet. It'd be really cool. Just the possibilities with Stalker. I think that's it was the clear-cut winner for me. If I didn't make that clear on FanFirstFriday, I thought Stalker was, just because Crimson Guards are great, but then that's it. But then with Stalker, you can
I'm such a Stalker fan, man. I mean, I'm like, right away they replaced him with Duke, and I'm like, what happened to my Stalker? But I'm in the comic books, he's prevalent big time.
Yep. You know? So the other leaks were there's Arana and Crimson Guard, Mutt and Junkyard as well. And then there was one His Tank confirmed this past week, and we kind of made waves on social media a little bit, because part of this wave was Flint, and that His Tank confirmed, and we had some sources that were telling us 2 others, and one of them you did a custom of, and that's Scrap Iron. Do you have that in hand? If not, cool.
Yeah, he's right here. I did him.
So we're getting Scrap Iron.
I did him a while back when Mark did the Grenader set. There it is on his back.
Here he is.
And at first I thought people were gonna say,
wait,
you took apart the Viper and then an infantry trooper. I said, yeah, well, Scrap Iron's got the collar. He's got a button-up shirt. And then that's the plate carrier from MCU Cable, the one that was in Deadpool. The belt from the Game Reverse cap. And then you put Mark's loadout on him, because there's the AK. And then there's the loadout with, it's like, remember he had a pod on his back, or he just sat on the ground with 2 rockets.
Yeah.
And he had the little wire and the little thing. Oh man. So that, to me, that fit him real good. And then
it's kind of like an updated version of that.
Yeah. There's the red holster for KJ.
Is that from Destro, or did you paint that?
Oh, I painted it.
Okay.
Yeah, I painted that just like his boot armor.
All right, and that's that from blood, or did you take that from someone? I'm trying to guess.
What, his boot armor?
Yeah, is that from Major Blood, or is that just from just the infantry's?
It's from infantry.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's from, and then the one thing that I started out on was his head, and his head is cable underneath, but I cut apart a shield agent helmet.
Yeah.
And then just put black gloss for his shades.
Is that Josh Brolin cable?
His visor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's excellent. And that must have taken a long time to excavate that whole helmet thing, because it's a solid
a while,
piece.
man. I had to make sure that Dremel was on extra charge. Because, you know, the Dremel has those attachments that are those wheels that cut.
Those little bits, yeah.
Yeah, those little bits that cut, and you got to get in there. And you can mess it up really easy. So I had to take my time and just, because when I first took the picture and put it on the groups, the edges of his visor were really rough, and you could tell. I only saw after. I'm like, oh man. And I looked at it and like, sandpaper, get the sandpaper out and do the edges, and that paid off a lot. So I'm real happy with the way he came out, and people seem to like it.
Yeah, I gotta get some more sandpaper because I have an emery stick that I was using, but it's like almost all used up. So
yeah, exactly. Those little files help too. That's another show with the tools of the trade.
Yeah, it's a future one right there. So we got Dr. Mindbender is the other confirmation that we received a toy kind of mood, but we'll have to see. Take it with a grain of salt. And then they've been talking about Tiger Force Duke coming with a vehicle. Do you think they'll repaint the Ram, or do you think we're gonna get the paw?
We've been seeing customizers doing repaints of the Ram, and it looks great. But it could be the paw, could be something else. It could just be a jump jet, the jetpack with a base. It could be anything, basically, you know. But it's like something that's Yeah,
he wore that. He wore that too. Stalker wore the jetpack. Duke wore it. I remember those two with it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have plans to customize any of these figures coming out as Tiger Force, Night Force, Python Patrol? Or are you going to let Hasbro handle that?
I mean, both. I mean, we can go ahead and jump into it right now. Let me give a special shout out to Bad Mother Customs and Tattoos, Bad Mother Tattoos and Customs, excuse me, on eBay.
Yes.
This one right here, I was talking about it earlier. I'm going to use this for upcoming Shockwave. But he also has decal prints patterns for Tiger Force that you can use for Duke, for Flint, Roadblock, Beachhead, you name it. He's got all sorts of different bits and pieces, dragon tattoos, decal numbers, designations, army badges and tabs.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff. It's beautiful.
Question about your Shockwave. Yeah, question about your Shockwave. Are you using this as a base? The blue Voliverse Trooper?
That would be awesome.
You can. I have plans for my Voliverse Riot Troopers. I will not be using that as a base though. No.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this seems to be almost ready. Just got to throw on that.
If you want, you can just take some white paint, add like a little bit of blue for a lighter blue, and then just make your own customs. But I think even the original figure was kind of ahead of its time, because the camo bit that it was still rectangular. It was almost like a digi camo in the 80s. So
Gnome's Paint Shop, or what was the other one? Jay's Armory has vests, nice tack vests for a Shockwave.
Oh, nice. Yeah. This is Gridiron, the Riot set. I was like, oh, I'll do like a modern day Shockwave where he would actually wear this heavily protected stuff.
Sure.
So that's cool. What about Tiger Force? Anything you guys gonna customize anything with that, Anthony?
For me with Tiger Force, again, I wasn't really I never collected them. I never collected the Tiger Force guys. I wanted my regular Joes, and that's it. And all the subdivisions of them. I'm like, well, okay, well, that's another Duke with a different paint job. That's a different paint job. But then with now, it makes my job easier when you have Bad Mother tattoos with the camo and all that. So I don't know. I might not. But just the same thing with Python Patrol and all that other stuff. I wasn't into. So not any plans, but man, if they do make a Ram or a Paw with those colors, that'd be really neat to get the figures that go with it.
Mm-hmm. Just one more thing. If you're going to be using decals, I definitely recommend these Microsol and Microset.
Oh, thank you so much. That's okay.
So you're
I'm using water with those.
You can use water.
Decals.
You can use water, but with these, you're going to have something to soften it, so it goes with the contours, right?
Yes, I need that.
So actually, you're going to be using this first, Microset,
okay.
and then you're going to use Microsol to follow up on it to make sure that it just really sets in. So,
and then afterwards, after that sets, I've been doing not Mod Podge, but you know the little matte acrylic spray, how you protect.
Yeah, I on your suggestion, I actually picked some up.
Yeah, yes, that works great with me.
Yeah, it's a good top coat. But I also have Mod Podge. I have the spray and I also have the brush on. So
yeah, just make sure you ventilate that room with a window, put the fan
I'm
on.
I'm going outside. I go outside.
You get high with that shit. You don't want that.
Be huffing and puffing.
That smells good. My daughter's like, "What's that?"
Man, I feel nice.
So we're gonna
kids, don't do it.
Don't do it. Hey, we're gonna circle back with more classified talk in our community spotlight, but we're gonna go from one force to another force, from Tiger Force to Action Force. Okay, so BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, has an exclusive Action Force figure that a lot of people like. Woo! I didn't care for the Steel Brigade, and now I do. Night Ops. We were talking Night Force. We kind of call it Night Ops. Steel Brigade. Shout out to Marauder Ruben. We wanted him on the show today. Got to make the wife happy. Happy wife, happy life, more gridiron stuff, right? So
Ruben next time.
Berard could do it, but he did an awesome paint job of a Night Ops, and I just want your thoughts on some of Ruben's work with what he's done. He made a classic Steel Brigade as well.
Yeah. At first, I didn't know was that when he was posting it. I'm like, okay, did he get one ahead of time?
I thought he did too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, he already got a Gridiron Studios T-shirt. Mark, damn it.
Right? It's like one thing after another.
Oh, hating on him, you know I was, and then I let the comments go, and then it's like, no, he painted it, and then people said, no, he painted it, and then they were going back and forth, and then he had to, put his foot down on a few people, like, no, man, he painted it really, really nice, and oh man, it came out really dope. I'm like, whoa, do I need to get these guys now? They look really cool.
Yeah, I've been following Action Force ever since like it was making the rounds on Fwoosh and Toy Galaxy back in 2020.
Yeah.
So to finally get these in hand, in fact, I just so happen to have my Steel Brigade right now.
Beautiful.
And I have to say, it was worth the wait. Like I see why Vala made this his flagship figure for a nice with the Shang-Chi head sculpt. Shout out to the ones that got the Commander sculpt with the gold paint. Vala, to his credit, he actually like saw someone's custom paint of the Commander head sculpt. So he sent him one, and he sent him a regular one to be like to replace the one that you painted.
I've seen that. Yeah, that was really classy of him.
Like, good on you, Vala.
Yeah.
But no, it's like just the accessories, the different hand sculpts. Like right now, I have the cupped hand. I have so he can hold hold the rifle.
Same here.
The muzzle flash in it, like you can even put it in the grenade launcher. The Maxim 9. Yeah, it is a fantastic figure. I see the love that Vala has. He has a massive vintage Steel Brigade collection on his own. The badge that comes with it, the dossier you can fill out. This one is Smokescreen, and then I also have Hot Shot, Knockout, and Thunderclap.
Never heard of those names before.
Me neither. You making that shit up?
No. I borrowed from the Autobots. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
At first, I thought Steel Brigade was a crew of dudes, right? But no, Steel Brigade is one.
No. You have tons of Steel Brigade. If you have the comic books, if you have like the Action Force comic books, they're great.
They're troopers.
Yeah.
Just like Garrison Cavalry, is that one dude or is that Garrison Cavalry? This is their
cavalry is a whole cavalry.
This whole cavalry.
Yeah,
so it's like the smart thing about Action Force is that it's a line filled out with troop builders.
Right.
So
that's what's awesome about it.
It's great. Yeah.
Very expensive troop builders.
Oh yeah, what you pay for.
True.
The most expensive one
Woo!
$50, $40 plus shipping.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I mean, yeah, but you get what you pay for. You get articulated wings, you get all that stuff. And I'm still waiting on mine from BBTS.
Yeah.
So good job. This dude hops on the bandwagon for 3 seconds and he gets all his shit before I do. That's
Wait,
the way the world goes.
Were you still waiting for this? Didn't Chris send you one? Wasp Raider?
No, I'm still waiting on my Wasp Raider. I'm still waiting on my Swarm Troopers from Big Bad Toy Store.
How much is that? Yeah.
So this one's actually signed by Valid. This is my favorite issue from Action Force, the Steel Brigade issue. And
That's awesome.
It's ferocious. I'm going to be recreating poses. I'm going to be recreating panels. I'm going to try to recreate this cover. It's amazing. Like, I love all the Action Force comic stuff. They're fantastic.
Yeah,
you can still get those on Valverse.com as well.
So how much money is in your hands right now?
$5.
Shut your mouth.
Hey, Dorkside. Remember, we talked about this. Dorkside is ahead of the game. They shipped these months ago.
Well, not no more. They're out of stock. You want to get Series 2, you can go ahead and get it. Yeah. Like, it's all snatched up thanks to my buddy Travis over here. No, he's got like $100 in his hand. Is what
exactly.
Plus.
No, I'm over here.
$31.99.
I catch myself crying about how expensive those two, Wasp Raider and the other one is, and I'm giving Gridiron all kinds of money for the loadouts. It's the same damn thing.
It's cool, man. I mean, the thing is about plussing up these figures, like the way that you had your scrap iron, it's like, I would pay $50 for your scrap iron, dude. I'd pay even more for that. This one of my favorite loadouts, the Viper loadout, I show this one off all the time because I love it. But it's like, you take this $20 figure, you add a $20 set, $30 set to it, you get what you pay for, and it's beautiful. I'm going to be putting that when I get the Viper officer. I'm going to buy this same loadout again, and put it on that sucker. It's going to be dope, so dope. Yeah, it's great.
Well, we've been saying that you pay $20 for the base figure, and then another 20, 30, and then it makes it like a international, an import, or a Mezco. You're paying that kind of price then once you give the loadout, the additional head sculpt, like if you bought one for Cobra Commander, you gotta look. If you look at it that way, it's a little easier to spend that money instead of $30 for a head sculpt, but $30 for a weapon. But when you combine it and you look at your figure and you're like, damn, this compared to this is worth $50.
Exactly. See how plain Breaker was, and then Mark came out with the comms pack. Woo!
It's perfect. It was perfect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
that's worth it. Yeah.
If you cheap out on your own collection, you're just costing yourself fun. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna look like shit. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, not to stray too far away from Action Force, but you mentioned Wave 2. I skipped Wave 2A. Nothing. We'll have the images on the screen. There's Rollout. There was Duster. Tim Kennedy, a former MMA fighter, might still be fighting. I was in UFC. The face sculpt didn't do it for me. It didn't even look like him really. The scarabs, they look weird with a yellow globe. And there's a version 2 of Sergeant Slaughter, and I'm okay with my Mattel Sergeant Slaughter. I like the bigger than life. But do you have any quick thoughts on Wave 2A?
I like Rollout. I even like Rollout back in the day when it was known as Downrange. I'll probably still just name him that. But I'm a big Black nerd, so I collect Black action figures. So shout out to Vala for having diversity with his troop builders. Each one of those comes with a Caucasian sculpt and an African American sculpt. So you got some cool stuff, and I see that you put Killmonger on your Urban Trooper. I picked up some more Urban Troopers and some more Riot Troopers. We'll see how that goes. A lot of the stock, some of the figures came back in stock on Valaverse for a brief period, man. It was maybe 10 or 15 minutes. They're gone just like that. So I don't know if he's going to bring any more of those back in the summer. He might just keep the ball rolling and just do what Hasbro does, right? Because it's like, how many people are still waiting on Doc Ock on Marvel Legends? How many people are still waiting on this figure or that figure? And nice. And you put the troop builder head sculpt on Killmonger. So you got like 2 figures.
Quick kit bashing of some of the Marvel Legends with Action Force. That's the beauty of Action Force. We had mentioned that in the last show, is pop the head on, pop the head off. It's the same.
Is that the Urban Trooper with it's like a Firefly head?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And then it matches up really well. So this is kind of like my bulletproof and hardball, but it's, you know, the more stuff we get, it'll eventually be as close as possible. But in my classified,
those look like real good kit bashes right there on their own.
Yeah, and they're just that's the early look at those.
Yeah, I like the design sense that Vala uses. So like the Bone Collector has his gear, right? But you can also get the Urban Gear pack to match, right? And then you have Steel Brigade, but you get the Riot Gear pack. Those vests kind of look the same too. That's one of the reasons I'm not getting the Scarab, because it looks weird to have Swarm with Bone Collector's kit, right? So I'm like,
no.
This would be a good time to shout out Tony. Thank you so much for this, because I'm making
his dreadnoughts.
And I'm gonna get Bone Collector, BBTS. I'm waiting for BBTS, KJ. Okay, I didn't get my Karak. I didn't get my Bone Collector. What the hell, man? But check it out, dude. Thank you so much for Skullbuster. I gave him the Punisher bike.
He looks dope. He looks dope on that bike.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a ton of like dreadnoughts, because at this point, dreadnoughts, they ain't coming for a while.
Not unless you make them.
That's why I'm representing right now, baby.
Man. Yeah, and Gridiron, look at that, awesome. We talked about this on the 25 Days of Gridiron episode. Go check that out. And like this is the OG Zartan, gave him the skull piece from the Masters of Disguise, and then that Gridiron, cool, that fold up shoddy. He's beautiful. He's gonna lead the this kind of dreadnoughts, got this like skull theme. So we got like the skull bat bicycle, bat motorcycle with the crossbones as part of that crew. And what was, I think I got this idea from Chris, actually. Who's the dude, the Captain America enemy? I don't feel like getting up and getting it, but
no, it's Crossbones. Yeah.
No, the other
Crossbones.
The dude with the paint on his face, the crazy dude.
That's Crossbones. You have MCU Crossbones.
Now I gotta get up. Now I gotta get
Crossbones. Crossbones got the mask that goes over.
Yeah, he has the mask and the gauntlets and whatnot. And then you have the MCU Crossbones. That's just like.
Why talk about it when I can just show it? So this dude.
Oh, Nuke. That's Nuke.
Nuke. Sorry, yeah, Nuke. So yeah, I got Crossbones on the cool bat bike, and then these are dreadnoughts, man. You know, like why not? They don't even have to change them.
That's a great idea. That fits. Oh, you gave him the scar.
Yeah,
just a similar aesthetic. Yeah,
similar. Yeah. You don't even have to do much with them. I mean, as long as your imagination runs wild, you don't really have to.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the Transformers. They would take GoBots, or they would take like Jetfire was a Robotech Valkyrie, and then they made him an Autobot, that kind of thing, right? So, so yeah, it's just like wherever your imagination takes you. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna look sweet on the shelf too, and take a few pics and post them. Ooh, look nice.
Yeah, I gotta get Bone Collector and what was it? Zarak?
Karak.
Yeah, well, I think those two, and you can kind of mix those up too. I think Chris had also mentioned like he liked the different head sculpts on each one, and I think we mix and match, kind of kit bash a little bit, and it'll be a cool ass dreadnoughts. I can't wait. They're gonna be fun. And then the dreadnoughts will come in and kick their ass, or get their ass and be like,
get out of the way, you bloke.
Yeah. This takes us to Wave 2B. There was Trigger, the Garrison Cavalry, which Tony mentioned. And there is a Valaverse exclusive on the website, Desert Rat.
Yeah, based on Tony Roberts from Analog Toys. Yeah.
Cool. And then there was a Delta Trooper and Gear Pack, which is green shirts. You can buy a bunch of those and make green shirts. So yeah,
I got a lot of those.
Charlie. Yeah. So yeah, 2B, Tony, any comments on Trigger and stuff like Desert Rat or whatever?
Well, the stuff with those ones, I like the ones like Desert Rat. He's an operator. I like the ones they're coming out with more operator looking figs, and that's what I like. That's pretty cool. You can always get those as filler. You can get those as troops behind your Joes if you want, because they're all about the realism big time, and you can just suit them up really nice with their own stuff, Mark's stuff from Gridiron, and oh man, you can go crazy with those. So out of those waves, the new ones from Valaverse, I like the ones that look like operators. You could tell because of their pants and their gear and all that. As for Garrison Cavalry and Karak and all those, they look like the individual dudes that they have their own, the helmets are the thing with them. So I lean towards the ones that look like the operators from the military.
Gotcha. KJ, Wave 2B.
I loaded up on as on as many Delta troopers and the Delta gear as possible. I dig Trigger's look, and Trigger has a pretty cool story in the comics as well.
He's Gung Ho's brother, man.
No, he's Bonesaw. He's Bonesaw's brother. Bonesaw is ready. But I think everything else. I'm looking at the Garrison Cavalry because like I had plans for Karak. Like here's how I have my Punisher from the bike set up with the Viking helmet. So Karak has the helmet to match, and then you also have the Garrison Cavalry around that. So for right now, like I have him as Crunch. So you have Karak and you have Crunch. Shout out once again to Arsenal Pew Pews. Here's the special Punisher Scar.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's
Skull
sick.
on it. So nice. I'm like, yeah.
Gabe over there, Pew Pews.
That's great. Yeah, I have the same thoughts. I'm getting the Garrison Cavalry just to chill with Karak and that exact Punisher. That's amazing that we had the same.
Yeah.
Brilliant Joe minds. Trigger's dope. He'll be hanging out with Gung Ho and Heavy Duty. Another, just big ass Army Ranger Marine type dude. And then I gotta go with the Delta Trooper gear pack. And I got and then since Desert Rat was exclusive, and I do like how he's like an old Joe type. You can almost make him like a Joe Colton type if you want, or just kind of throwback. This is a vet, Iraq vet or something. Like, he's cool. I like that whole wave. I ordered it actually direct from Valaverse because I was like, I like the whole wave. I know I'm gonna get it early if I ordered direct from him, and the shipping wasn't too bad. I think it was like $8 for all of them together, and one flat rate. I skipped 2A, but I did get 2B. So we're going on that. Before we move on, I know you have some strong thoughts on this, KJ. Wave 3, there was a video on the first samples of Wave 3. We saw the female. So we saw the early looks on these look great, but now we saw the unpainted resin versions of Pandora, Eclipse, and a female Steel Brigade. So give us your, give it to us.
Yeah. So one of the things that irks me about, say, the McFarlane line is that there's so little scaling in that line, because the way that he tools his pieces for those figures, he saves money by not needing to deal with different sizes. So maybe you have Robin, who's a little bit of a smaller figure, but that's basically it. Everyone's the same size. Harley Quinn's the same size. Wonder Woman's the same size as Aquaman and Batman and that kind of stuff. And they just have different heights. You see that in Joe's. You see that in the military. We have women who serve in the Army, in the Air Force, in different places, right? You have some tall women, but you also have women who are just their average size, but they're fit, and they serve, and they still get down. They're still badass.
They can do their job. Yeah.
Exactly. So the way that Bobby was phrasing it was like, oh yeah, I wanted strong, athletic women. You have strong, athletic women of every size. You have strong, athletic women who used to be gymnasts or used to be like this or that, right? So I feel like he was trying to skirt a scaling issue where I'm like, I didn't feel like scaling it. I'm like, okay, cool, man, just say that. But I could be wrong. I was a big fan of Eclipse's look. Just seeing it at this stage, I was hoping for, like with Lady J, you can remove the hair sculpt and then you put on the ball cap, and I was hoping for something like that for the helmets. So like you can remove the hair sculpt and put on the helmet and see her face, but you can't really do that with Eclipse. You'll have to use the balaclava head, but you can put on a helmet that way, right?
That's right. I saw that one. Yeah.
Pandora, if I do get Pandora, I'll probably just do a head swap and just use her for Serrano. I'm like, that's basically what that figure is to me, even though I think that's his favorite figure from the line.
That's the one his hair goes to the side.
Hair goes to the side, has like a glass. What's it called when you cut the smile? What's that? Glasgow?
The Glasgow smile, yeah.
Yeah, the Glasgow smile.
Yeah. She's similar to Masterverse Tila.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I would take a Masterverse head sculpt Tila, put that on Pandora, and just paint her hair, and boom, there's my Serrano. Yeah.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people were excited about Wave 3. They're excited about that. Even with a female Steel Brigade, that would be like an interesting base to use for female Joe Troopers and that kind of stuff. It'd be interesting. It'd be the first female Steel Brigade figure ever, so that's interesting. But I think I wanted something a bit more nuanced as scaling goes, and I wanted more options for helmeted looks and that kind of stuff, so, but not doing removable hair sculpts makes it cheaper to do that. I might have upped the price, potentially.
Yeah, definitely. All right, community spotlight. You asked for it, we brought it. KJ suggested it, right? And this is probably the feature we're just going to be known for, if we're ever known for anything other than joking around and getting smashed in the head with photos that we forgot to tack on the wall. But dude,
how's your head doing?
Tony, whiskey time. Before I forget, what did you give the FanFirstFriday whiskey score out of 5?
Oh, the whole.
Yeah. Yesterday's 17-minute reveal.
Man, when I got to see it, I was happy I got to see it, and I liked it. I give it. I'd say, I was gonna say 3.5, but I think I give it 4 because it gave me the twins. It gave me my stalker. It gave me my gung ho. I'm satisfied. And then the Vipers, and then I could do, in my mind, I can, my customizing mind, I can do so much with that, or very little, and don't have to. And I got my own gung ho that I made look like an OG Marine green, not teal. And then I got this one, so I was happy. I give it 4.
I think you nailed it, because I think when it was over, I was like, that was it. And then as time went on, and I think for customizers, this was an excellent show. I think for someone who just wants to add more and more and more figures to the collection, they don't mess with, the gridirons, they don't kit bash, they just they're disappointed because they're only getting 3 figures. Like some guy went on a long rant, is like, oh, you just repainted gung ho. It's like, no, there's a new face sculpt, dude. But we didn't even see the accessories. But for people who just want to add 20 figures to the classified collection, it was a letdown. But for people who are like more open-minded and willing to kind of trick things out, it was beautiful.
I agree, because I saw a lot of people crying about them, like, wow. But for me, like I told you, it's just my customizing line now, and all the stuff that I'm happy with that, because I'll put some pics out there that's gonna look pretty cool with those guys. Man, I'm happy. I'm just basically, I'm shit ass happy I got a stalker. I got a stalker, an official stalker.
I'm
love that. I loved him and all his relationships with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Oh man, because I'm a comic guy, So.
Wonderful. KJ, time to take a stroll down to Broca Beach. Let's show off those custom bats. Let's show your gridiron loadouts on them. Let's show, we got Jay's Armory. We got a lot to show with our bats.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Jay's Armory. So you can find him on Instagram as One Per Case. I believe, in fact, here we go. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, we got it here.
And thanks again for all the little goodies. I might swap out Blood's gun with this one. We'll see how that goes.
There you go.
But one thing I was really thrilled about were these amazing chest plates for the bats. So you see these right here. In fact, let me go ahead and pull out my bat right now. So
that was genius for him to do that.
It was
so much.
I'm gonna need 100 bats when I'm all sitting down.
see what he's doing?
So you got the clear blue one, right?
Yeah.
So this one's the regular chest plate, and this one's just great in and of itself. It pops right off, and you can see all the little circuitry and gizmos underneath. And of course, shout out to the Joe team for pulling this off. You can even get a damaged chest plate right there, right? Like a lot of fun. So we're already seeing Travis using the blue one.
See the Cobra
Jay's Armory
insignia there.
So that one has the there's sort of like a fan bat logo that's sort of like digital. So it sort of looks like circuitry. Let's see if we can use it like that.
Oh, that would be like the Cobra bat. That's his thing, right?
Yeah. And it looks super duper official. You can still see the gizmos and the wiring underneath and whatnot. So it's just really pluses up the look. Plus, you have it like on the shelf, just lined up. The orange matches the yellow belts and the holster and all that stuff. But you also want to have some more fun. I'm a big fan of this. This is the all right. You got the red. So you see that he has the red Destro one.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a special Destro bat. Like if you want, this is like a quick way to get your Iron Grenadier bats. Maybe add some color to the belts and the yellow strap on the chest.
Well, Python Patrol bat. This is gonna go for them, right? I mean, we gotta make them like Destro's Python Patrol, maybe.
So this one is a purple Decepticon logo. So you can have them. They talk with the Decepticons. They're like, help us defeat the Joes, you know, or like the Decepticons like hardwired the bats and be like, hey, we got some technology, blah blah. Dr. Mindbender's like,
next thing you know, they're gonna put an Adidas emblem on it.
Exactly. Just have the Adidas 3 stripes on the
Adidas, Fila, Nike.
I need my A1 bats. Oh, with the chainsaw, dude. That's just,
Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney's
showing off.
Ryan Sweeney,
Yep. Look at that. Wow. And then I got the clear yellow. Oh man.
Oh, that's coming through really nice. Remember what we were talking about?
Yeah, we had some problems earlier, but on the show, actually not too bad, right?
Yeah, I knew that. For some reason, I knew that was going to happen. It's coming through sharp. I see all the blood. I see all the circuitry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That gridiron Evil Dead chainsaw, and this is just my favorite thing ever.
It's like there's a lot of fun stuff you can do. It's like once you start really combining all the different things in your collection, it just opens everything up, right? So like for example, here's the gun that comes with the bat, and I can actually take the muzzle flash from Valiverse, and it'll actually fit very carefully. It'll actually fit in the gun just a little bit. You don't want to force it too much. So like that. So like you can actually give that to the bat, you know, for photos and whatnot. There's a little bit of material sticking. You might want to use one of the smaller ones. There's a smaller one that's in here somewhere, but just for the sake of time. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I was looking at like all the different Iron Grenadier stuff. Somebody on his tank back in like 10 years ago made their own custom Iron Grenadier bats. So that might be what's up. That might be what is up.
Yep.
So just looking at
KJ, there was also shout out to DeMarcus Young. He did the bat chest decals, which is the bat Cobra symbol. So a little different, and he gave them to us for free. So if you got the adhesives sheets, then you're good.
But it only lasts for a few days, that transfer link. So if you can find it, you know, like good luck. Hopefully, you still come across it. We might put the link in the comments or in the description real quick. You know?
Let's do
It's not going to last too long, so it's going to expire for a few days. So
let's do that. So the other troop builders were the Vipers. I know you wanted to. We're going to show off digital renders on the screen, but did you guys do anything, any kind of customizing with your Vipers yet?
Outside of the loadout, no. I have everything ready to go. I have shout out to Mark for that beautiful the Grenadier. Oh, you mean the Alley Vipers?
Yeah. What did I say?
You just said Vipers.
Viper. Oh, well, yeah, I mean
Alley Vipers, okay.
Alley Vipers. So they're still Vipers.
The Circus Viper. The Circus Vipers.
Yeah, you hate these things.
No, I like that you put the one-man army weapon with that Alley Viper.
And it's so perfect. Yeah.
So I want to give a special shout out to Willstone Art, who is an inspiration to me. I saw his beautiful digital renders that he was doing with earlier Joe Troopers, and that was a key inspiration for Project OG13 on Instagram.com Black Angus. I like what he was doing with his renders, but it's like those, unless Homeboy gets access to a factory somewhere in Asia, those won't exist. So the way that I approach customizing is, and Tony will tell you, like, you take what you got, whether you're taking Marvel Legends, taking some of these Valiverse figs, then you take like whatever, McFarlane, like NECA, just put it together and make it work, right?
Yeah, so that's the motto right there.
And what Will ended up doing, like I know to do. Hey, what's up, Will? Like,
no, he's cool. I talked to him a lot too.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So shout out to Homeboy for this. And I know Bobby will put this up, but this is his gray Digicamo Urban Alley Viper.
That Digicamo is so sick. That makes that thing look real good. Now I like them. See, Travis, now I like them.
Yeah. A lot of people weren't really feeling the orange and the blue. It's just like for fans of the original figures, like Travis and I. Like,
you don't
I
like my #1 figure of the year? What the hell?
I like them, but not the color. I can't do that, man. Like I said, Cobra Commander got real high when he issued those things.
You know what? I want some Jolly Rancher Alley Vipers. I want some non-litigated Alley Vipers. That's what I want.
True. I want.
But with that Willstone Alley Viper, this is what I have planned.
That's legit as hell.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take some primer gray, and then we're gonna dip these in water or the micro sol, and then we're going to see how that works out. So stay tuned.
Keep me updated on that progress, brother, because that's that's gonna be cool.
And there was another thing of progress you wanted to show off. You got some Crimson action going on, because shout out first to Todd Yu, who showed us off in the classified 6-inch collectors group, the Crimson Baroness, looking snazzy with her crimson hubby there, Crimson Destro. Very cool. You'll see images on the screen. But you got some Crimson stuff you want to show off, KJ?
Yes. I thought I was going to have this finished by now. I just got tied up with a bit of other things. Shout out to Dave Story, part of Toy Kind of Mood, and you can hit my dude up on Storytime on Instagram. I think I'm missing a few numbers, so we'll put it up on the screen. Yeah. But anyway, this is for the homie Dave. This is a work in progress, the Crimson Cobra Commander.
Man.
So I'm just doing some detail paint right now. But this was a lot of fun. And so basically it's almost there. A little bit of heat to snap it all together, and just really finishing up right now. I'm applying very carefully some gunmetal. Shout out to Vallejo model color, in-game color. Tony, I know you picked up some of your first few bottles on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about that. Oh, yeah. So I got to be careful, because you can see here on Cobra Commander, there's a little bit of red smudging that I'm going to have to clean up. So I'm going to have to use a little bit of that acetone, or I'm going to have to use a little bit of that Winston brush cleaner paint remover. So just really making sure everything's nice and neat, all the little different crevices and all that different stuff. You can see the detail on the boots, right? Oh, yeah. So just really, when you're doing detail paint like that, you really want to make sure it's nice and neat. And I'm still probably going to go over with it. So once again, like I said, acetone paint, making sure that things are well and good. It was really important to match the red that's already on the figure.
Oh yeah. So paint matching can be a bitch.
It can be a real pain in the ass. So one of the things that I did was I took surface primer. Surface primer helps you paint directly to the plastic. So instead of using an intermediate step of gray primer or even white primer, I'm using colored primer, and then I'm painting paint on top of that colored primer.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I also Richer. And then once you have the colored primer, you can add a drop of white primer. You can add a drop of black primer. So this is actually red surface primer, but just one drop of black primer mixed on it, and just keeping that ratio, mixing it up in that cup and painting it over and over, and then doing it again with the paint to match. So it's blackened red primer and then blackened red paint, because I want to match that red. So you get it to your eye, let it dry. You can even use a hair dryer if you're like pressed for time, just to see what it looks dry, because it's going to look different wet than dry.
Oh yeah.
So once again, shout out to the homie Dave Story. This is for you. And
another customizing question on that is, what's your mode of attack for the paint rub? And you're doing the joints and everything. Oh, I can't stand that.
So one of the things that I want to try doing next is, because I used to boil and pop when I did my dock figure. I'll go ahead and pull that up.
Oh, while you do that, I'll show off what I did boil and pop.
Yeah.
And we finally got movie Scarlet to go with the Redeco Scarlet. So the neck, we talked about this on previous episodes. So you gotta warm up the neck with the blow dryer or whatever, and then that's it. No, actually not blow dryer. Sorry, we threw it in a actual boiling pot for 10
And you boiled
seconds.
Yours directly, right? You didn't put it in a plastic bag
Yes,
first?
no, actually went in directly. I just went like this. I had both figures there. You know, take the head off, and then the neck joint.
Okay, so the neck joint's still in there.
About 20 seconds. No. So this is a different neck. This is the movie.
Oh, you took the neck off
because the heads would not just switch over.
Okay.
So that's the head and the neck from the Origins figure on the classified base.
Absolutely.
You didn't like drumble the shit out of it or nothing. You got
no, didn't do any of that. No, now, unfortunately, the other way, if you want to put old school Scarlet on the movie body, you have to drumble the neck. Period. It just doesn't. It's not going to work.
No,
out.
The way better head is that head. Yeah. That's the way better.
But this is the one you want anyway.
Yes, yeah, that's the one you want.
Samara weaving. So yeah, she looks awesome. So
happy. Yeah, that looks like a great Scarlet head right there.
And then of course KJ with the scar.
Woo!
Yeah. That's for me. That's why she's called Scarlet, because cool. That's her weapon of choice, baby. Shout out to Fatboy Slim. Shout out to Gridiron and the Cannons. So with this dock, I boil it directly. And what I do now is I place the figure in a plastic bag. Then I put that in boiling water to keep it dry. The whole thing is just to get the plastic, just to heat up the plastic enough that it's pliable. You can pop it. You can take it out of the sockets. Yeah. You don't want to warp it. You don't want to do permanent damage to the plastic, because that's a danger. And then also when you have it with the water, it can get into the figure. It can get gross real quick. So having a hair dryer helps dry it off, that kind of thing. Some people don't even like dealing with water at all. They just use a hair dryer, or they'll even use a heat gun. But too much heat and too close will just damage the figure.
It'll melt the shit out of it. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you do it just right, you can actually peel the arm off of the pins.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Yeah, I meant like if you're changing the colors on the joints and you have to paint the joint, same as forearm and upper arm, and you're moving it, are you getting paint rub, or
what I do to decrease paint rub is I just don't use as many layers. I use
you thin layers.
I just use thin layers. I thin my paints. So like I use distilled water to thin mine. Vallejo has a great thinning medium. So if you want to take muddle or air game color, you can add that medium and then you can use it for airbrushing. Okay. Some people even take an airbrush paint, so game air, right, for example, and that's thin enough that, if you're patient, you can use that and brush that on as well. I tend to not do that. I tend to take model color and game color, and then I will thin it with water. And so you can use different mediums. You can use a chipping medium, a crackling medium. You can do all sorts of different effects, some really cool shit. But I use very thin layers and just not as many for those pins and those joints. So I want it to move. When I seal it, I brush on with Mod Podge, and I will try to get as much access out as possible. But I try to go in there. If you have a loose joint, you can actually use Mod Podge to help it not be as loose, because it's just it dries on clear and it helps. Just extra material in it, right? So that's all. I try to really be very careful because I want it to move. I want it to be playable, right? That Krylon matte varnish, I think I'm going to use just as a top coat and see how that's
what I do. Yeah.
Tony time. Tony time. You got something to show us. You've been showing it in all the groups, but let's see it live, baby. Let's end this great show on a fantastic note. Let's see it.
Let's see. I'm talking about Condor into Airborne.
Woo, yeah.
There he is. Most important thing I wanted was he's got.
Oh, we got too close to the mic.
When I get too close, it gets lost.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got to have the blue on his chest somewhere. Because the OG had a blue torso. His coat was blue, and there's a bad mother tat. There's his rank, whatever, and then he did have a ball grenade right there.
Is that the Duke helmet?
No, it's actually Roadblock's helmet.
Oh, okay.
So that's not Gridiron's custom. You made that helmet.
It's Roadblock. It's Hasbro Roadblock's helmet. I know Roadblock OG came with a helmet, but I never have a helmet on Roadblock. And Airborne always has his on with his goggles, and the goggles are from I can't remember what they were called. They changed their name, Minigun Imports or something on eBay, and then that's the Mark Ruffalo Bruce Banner head.
Is it really? I didn't even notice.
Yeah. No kidding. Bruce Banner head, and oh man, he's keeping this. Cool. he's keeping this helmet on because I had to shave the shit out of his head to get it in there. And then I kept, you know, a lot. He's mostly khaki, and then there's his knee pads are supposed to be brown for airborne, and then I repainted the boots the gray for airborne, and then
sick.
You know, his AR had to come with the bayonet because that is airborne's weapon of choice.
Very cool. That's awesome. Damn.
And that was the Condor base figure they used.
This was the Condor, and I left it like that. And I know airborne has full sleeves, but I just liked the way those looked. And
yeah,
I know his arms for airborne are supposed to match the khaki, but to me, you can get away with that. You know,
like it's classified.
A classified, updated airborne. Yeah, I didn't go, you know, OG too bad with that guy, but man, he does it for me. You know what I mean? And then you still have the, you know, the leg holsters that come. You could put those back on if you want. You know, because I know in real life, one strap ain't gonna do it for your sidearm. It's got to be two. But airborne had one strap, so you know. Yeah,
beautiful. Man. Do we have any more community creations? Any kind of spotlight we want to show KJ or Anthony before we take off?
I had another one that I'm working on. I mean, you could call it a debut. I didn't post it in any groups yet.
Okay.
I've shown
reveal
you guys.
Time.
I've shown you guys though. It could be still a whip. I'm debating, but the way he stands now, he looks pretty cool to me. And there's a leather neck.
Leather neck.
Nice.
Simplify.
Oh yeah.
I see a little bit of flint in there. Did you paint a flint chest or did you use a Duke chest?
I painted the heck out of that flint.
That's great.
I painted it, and he has his blade on one side. He has 2 stun grenades on the other, and then the strap is actually the movie Snake Eyes strap for his sword.
Okay.
And the hole fits right over there if he ever gets a backpack, and that holds his stuff on for me. And then there's a Mike Seifert, Adam Bradley Freeman, or is it Adam?
Yeah, Adam Bradley Freeman.
Yeah, Adam. He designed the cover, so there you goes the EGA right there.
Yeah.
And then that head is actually a Punisher head.
The retro Punisher?
The retro, the one that has the hair hanging down right here that I didn't really like. He has hair hanging down.
Yeah.
It's like it was like an extra head that came with one of the Punishers. Yeah. So what I'm debating on why I call this still a whip is that I still might camouflage the arms up and the hat, because that's, you know, the OG leather neck. But I'm kind of digging this look still. You know, so yeah, I liked it a lot. But plus, what I got away with is let's see, those green shoulders. I think those are another a Valaverse fig. I can't remember, but
yeah,
from the bicep down is Flint's arm.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the Flint's arms from the bicep down.
Okay.
Flint's, and the shoulders are I can't remember what Valaverse figure is that, because it's not Condors, because I still have those on.
But that's interesting that Valaverse, even on that level, they're working in concert with each other. That's great.
I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I took the Valaverse arms off. I took Flint's arms off, and you can fit Valaverse arms into the hole of a classified figure too, and they work. They're tight and they work really well. So
when you took those arms out, did it do any damage to the butterfly joints in the Vala figure?
No, I was really careful. I have like another show. I have the tools of the trade is what you need to do this stuff. You heat them up really good, so they're really loose and they really bend and they give. And there's a certain tools I use that you grab a part, and then it looks like a mini tongue depressor thing, and you hold it, and it holds that butterfly in. You pop it out, pop the new one in, and you've got to keep everything warm, so it works with you. So, and that
great tips. Yeah.
All right, man. Awesome.
And
man,
anybody else?
a lot of the Joes still have mustaches. A lot of I'm painting more mustaches than anything.
And we're gonna see a lot more with the Real American Heroes 40th anniversary. KJ, anybody else you want to spotlight before you head out?
Yes, I want to give a shout out real quick on Instagram to 796 Studios. They have an amazing action pillar.
Oh, that's cool.
And
that's crazy.
I'm begging, dude, like to please make some more. Yeah. Like, pretty please.
Oh, it's not for sale. It's just his.
Well, I mean, it's who knows? Anything can happen because, you know, supply and demand. So right now there's a lot of demand, not much supply. This is a one-of-a-kind piece, but so I just want to give just a shout out.
Awesome.
To that. It's like the detail is like great.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, please make this and I will pay you with money.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too much.
Awesome.
That's damn wild. Guys, it's been a hell of a show.
I got one more shout out for you.
No, go ahead.
I had to say I've taken a lot of ideas from my boy Chad Merrick on the groups. He's got this. I don't know if you're gonna.
Well, we'll show it on the screen. We'll show it on the screen
because it's Chad Merrick, M-A-R-U-K. He's got an awesome hit and run, and he's got his own version of low light, and he's got all the dreadnoughts.
Wild. All right, we'll have to show some of that off. Cool. Yeah. Shout out to Chad. Shout out to KJ. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Chris. We didn't talk. We didn't talk 1/18. We didn't talk 3 3/4 because Chris wasn't here. There was O-rings. There was gridiron, his tank loadouts. Next episode, Chris, get better. Join us. Man. Episode 3. We'll talk 1/18. A lot of 1/18. We'll update all the 112 scale, but we'll focus on 1/18 on the next episode, on episode 3. Welcome to Terror Drome. I'm Travis Moody, Anthony Romo. So, wait, who are you again? The guy I do every show with, KJ, my other Crimson Twin, Zamont, Tomax, and one of those dreadnoughts. Show off your shirt. There it is, the dreadnought. Oh, I love it. All right, guys, thanks so much. Toy Kind of Mood on Instagram, a Toy Kind of Mood on Twitter. Subscribe, like, do it.